Welcome to The Wall. Today we're going to highlight women who keep saying that all men are unfaithful, yet stay silent when another woman chooses to get involved with a married man. Before we begin, give us a like to help us keep growing. Let's get started.
I just read a post that said, men will cheat on the woman every man dreams of being with a girl that every man has already been with. The way this is so true is sickening. Men, there are clear distinctions between women who are having fun and women that want to be a wife, women that want an actual husband. There's really no in between. Just like we can tell who's the fuckboy and who's the good guy. I know that you all long for the woman who treats you like gold, but you are having your fun. You're doing your thing. Leave that woman alone. Let her find her person. Stop wasting her time, wasting her energy, because it's so unfortunate that good women get so jaded because you treat her poorly. Because with your very insecure self, you need your ego boosted to remind yourself that women like her still want someone like you. So you show her your best foot, you put that forward, right? And then you use her and you waste her time and then you run because you're not looking for a wife yet. She's expecting a husband and you don't know how to be that because you're still in your fuckboy era. So leave that woman alone. Find the girls that are equal minded, want to have fun like you. Go be with those people. Let the real men show up for the real woman. You're not there yet.
Oh, hell no!
Not all men are unfaithful. It's not that men cheat on the woman everyone wants. It's that she has the man every woman desires, which often makes it easy for other women to throw themselves at him or try to take your husband away.
Tell me about a man that hasn't cheated on his woman. Go ahead. Tell me in the comments. Tell me all about it. It can be about yourself. It can be about your sisters, your cousins, your mom, your grandmother that hasn't been cheated on. Go ahead. And I'll tell you how those women, or you yourself, just hasn't found out about it yet.
Another thing I learned from rich, successful, smart people, especially women, especially about dating, is this: all men cheat. It doesn't matter if they're ugly, good looking, rich, poor, young, old, they all do it. Remember, a man is only with you because he wants something from you. It's never about love, it's about what you can do for them. And I get it, you want the real thing, you want true love, but that's just not the case. Ask your boyfriend, husband, whoever, why do you love me? What is it about me that you love? They will say, you do this for me, you do that for me, you make me feel this way. It's never about you, it's always about them. And that's fine. I'm not saying don't be in a relationship. I'm just saying you better be getting something out of that relationship as well. Men are vampires. They don't put you first, they put themselves first. Just talk to a man. Have you ever been out on a first date with a man? What do? All they do is talk about themselves. When's the last time a man asked you a question? Besides, what's for dinner, honey?
Woman, who hurt you that badly? And honestly, it's not like vampires would even want your blood. Besides, it's not like you choose those high-value men because they're good people. You go after them because you know they have money, just like plenty of other women out there.
Whenever a guy says, all men cheat, all men look around at women that aren't their wife, all he's doing is outing himself that he's a cheater. He's tacky. He won't ever be faithful. So if you communicate your standard to a guy and you say something like, I'd never date a guy that looks around at other women, that has a wandering eye, that looks at thirst traps, that visits the adult website, and a guy responds, oh, you'll never find a guy that doesn't do that. Thank him for giving you a warning that that's who he is. That's all he's saying. That's who he is. Notice how men don't like it when women say, all men are terrible, because they say, not all men. But when they're trying to justify their trashy behavior, suddenly it's all men. No, not all men cheat. Not all men are trash. Thank a man who tries to justify his bad behavior by saying, oh, you'll never find a guy that doesn't do that. Because again, all he's doing is outing himself as a guy that's driven by lust, that has no self-control. It is such a blessing when a man is just blunt about who he is and says, all men look around, all men cheat. That's who he is.
It doesn't matter where the engine warms up, as long as it ends up parked in the same garage. Looking is human. You can notice a beautiful woman without actually desiring her. And besides, women do it too. They're just more subtle about it.
The only person more single than a single man is a married man. And the longer they've been married, the more single they are. And as I always say, for the one woman who's gonna come on here and be like, not my man, girl, your man. That man is always the most single man. It's my daughter. There's no school today. Once a man says I do is the moment he actually tries to find the woman he actually wants. When you marry a man, as soon as you say I do, you become his housekeeper, his maid, his live-in chef, his laundromat, you name it, okay? Men benefit from marriage far more. So it suits a man to be married while looking for the girl he actually wants, the girl who will do none of those things. This is a concept a lot of you guys don't really seem to understand, but the most married man is the most single man you will ever fucking meet, okay? That is why 99% of the time you will meet a guy at a bar and he will be fucking married. Because what the fuck is a man doing there? Why is a married man at a bar? He's looking for the girl he actually wants. And I'm saying this, and I don't care if it hurts your fucking married ass feelings, okay? I'm telling you right motherfucking now, the most single man is the most married man, okay? They look for the girl that they actually want once they say, I do. They simply marry the girl who is there, the girl who accepts their shit, the girl who accepts them at their lowest, so they can treat them like shit while they treat the new girl like a fucking goddess. Honestly, you have not matured until you've realized this. If you're still sitting there thinking that's not true, I know your ass isn't grown. I love you.
Pretty ironic. Later they try to sell the idea that only married men go looking, but many times it's the woman herself who feels more attracted when she sees that a man has already been chosen by another. That's where pre-selection shows up again. If another woman has validated him, his value automatically goes up in the eyes of many.
I don't really make videos like this, but I want to teach you guys how to find peace. Your man is most likely cheating on you. All men cheat. If you think otherwise, if you say otherwise, all men cheat, either emotionally or physically. And your man has most likely cheated on you, and he is most likely cheating on you right now. But don't go through his phone. The gut feeling you're feeling, it's not real. And if he is cheating and you don't know it's happening and you can't prove it, it's not happening. It's not happening. If you can't prove it, it's not happening. A wise man taught me this recently. But if you go through a drive-thru and the worker spit in your drink and stir it up and he give you the water, right? Are you gonna know that he spat in your water? No. So it didn't happen. Don't go through his phone. He's not, if you don't find him cheating on you, he's not cheating on you. And if you want to be sane, stop worrying about if he's cheating on you, because he probably is. Okay, he probably is, and it's okay, because it's I have a feeling that this is not helping people be peaceful. I don't know. That's just how I think. Like, if I stop going through phones, I stop giving a fuck, and I've been better. So take this message as you will, but like, just stop giving a fuck. And if you really care that bad, just cheat.
If every married man checked the phone of the woman beside him, a whole lot of marriages would fall apart. Because women always have more attention around them. There's always someone texting them. And many times the real danger doesn't come from far away. It comes from the closest circle. And yes, one of the names that keeps coming up most often is the gym trainer.
Women.
So I have a theory that men never cheat with better, they cheat with easier, and here's why. I want you to imagine that you are hungrier than you've ever been in your entire life. You are ravenous, you are starving. You had every means to be able to feed yourself, but you chose not to for days. Now the realization of how hungry you actually are is setting in, and you have the option between going through a fast food drive-thru where there is no line and you can get a meal in 5 minutes, or going to the grocery store, getting all the ingredients to making a meal, coming home, cooking the meal, and then eating it an hour and a half later. If you are that hungry because you haven't been taking care of yourself, you haven't been meeting your own needs, which one are you going to choose? Naturally, most people are going to choose the fast food restaurant. Why? Because it's going to give them their food so much faster. It's quick, it's easy, it's convenient, and while yes, the home cooked meal would taste so much better and be so much more nourishing for your body in the long run, it's going to take so much more time, so much more effort. You just don't want to put in that energy right now because you are starving, so you're not going to do it. They have all the ingredients to cook a delicious meal in their fridge at home. Because they haven't been putting in the time, effort, and energy to take care of themselves, furthermore, make taking care of themselves a priority, they've let themselves get to a place of being so ravenously hungry. Instead of actually using the food in the fridge at home, they're gonna go get the fast food and let that food in the fridge go to waste. I need you to understand that this is an analogy, not an innuendo, which means that it wasn't that the food in the fridge wasn't nourishing, wasn't fresh, wasn't good, wasn't amazing, wasn't enough to satisfy their needs. It's that they deliberately made the decision to choose something easier. This is what I wish every woman who's been cheated on would understand. Because at the end of the day, it says nothing about you and your worthiness to receive love and everything about his own integrity with himself and his desires. But also, on the other hand, we can look at what are the parts of ourselves that we're unconsciously attracting in that pattern, especially if it's happened in many relationships before, because we're unconsciously seeking out a mirror to a deep subconscious pattern within ourselves that is just begging to be resolved. More often than not, that pattern is you choosing yourself and not self-abandoning for the sake of your relationship. If you are a man who has cheated before, your job is to look at where you are outsourcing your validation and where you are relying on those cheap dopamine hits in your life, really nurturing the things in your life that have the capacity to bring you that deep fulfillment. Remember that the grass isn't greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you actually water it. And while cheating maybe feels good in the moment temporarily, it's not going to fill you up in the long run. It's like McDonald's is never going to fill you up in the same way that a nourishing home-cooked meal would. And as a man, you have to ask yourself, what is it that you're really looking for? Not just talking about in a romantic partner. Most importantly, what is the feeling you're after and why are you self-sabotaging and running away from it?
No man eats out if he finds his meal hot at home. The truth is, a woman is very attentive at the beginning when she doesn't have a ring. Once she gets married, she changes completely. Otherwise, ask the hundreds of men who've seen their marriage go from sleeping together to ending up in separate beds or in a completely dead bedroom. We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, these questions are for you. Is infidelity really only the man's fault, or is there responsibility on both sides? Why is the cheating man criticized so heavily, while the woman who chooses to get involved with a married man is almost never called out? If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Your support means a lot to us and motivates us to keep creating more content. Stay tuned for the next video from the wall.